Hi guys, it's me Nadia from 800 Tech. If you can recall, in our last video, I spent a lot of time speaking about digital business ecosystem, which is one of the premier services offered by 800 Tech. Digital business ecosystem, as you can recall, is the integration of technology into our business operations. Now, one of the things I also mentioned is that there are two key components that facilitate DBE, or as we know it, digital business ecosystem. That's the business process reengineering and business productivity tools. For this particular video, we're going to focus on business process reengineering. Now, business process reengineering is the first layer of achieving any form of digital business ecosystem within an organization, because we must first understand exactly what exists within the organization, and then we can get the organization to the point that it needs to reach. In business process reengineering, there are four key stages. The first stage is what we term the performance baseline. This is where we seek to understand how is this organization performing, and we set key performance indices or indicators that will tell us how is this organization performing. Once we ascertain that, then the second phase is where we now do a full analysis of the workflow to understand what is the current state. What is the current state for each individual operation that takes place within the company's environment. Now, this is a critical state, and I'll explain to you why. A lot of times when I engage clients and we actually sit down and spend some critical time going through their current business processes, a lot of times clients ask me, but why are we doing this stage? And does this person really need to sign here? Because it's only when we start going through the current processes they begin to realize the hiccups in some of those stages, those things that cause bottlenecks, those things that cause challenges in the seamless or the smooth flowing of each one of those workflows. And this is where we now begin to understand and ask a critical question to the client: what would you like to see? What would you like to achieve? And this question can only be answered by the strategic vision of the organization. Once they understand the strategic vision of the organization, what we now seek to do is to achieve the future state. And the future state is where we move them from that current vision to the new improved version by re-engineering or redefining each one of their processes. In some instances, it may simply be tweaking how the flow takes place. But in larger instances, and in most cases, a productivity tool is involved. And this is where we now take technology and we build an application that can now be implemented within the process flow to make it seamless, to allow for good data collection, data analytics, for intercollaboration of information between the departments, to ensure an efficient and effective operation takes place. And then finally, we now look at how this is performing against the previous performance baseline to see the growth that the organization has from current state to future state. And where needed, and this is the fourth stage, we refine, we enhance, we tweak to ensure that when we leave the organization, each of the processes feeds directly into the strategic vision of the organization. Now, you might ask yourself, okay, if we're going to be doing business process reengineering, which department should we start from? Where should we focus? Where should we provide those benefits? And I will give you the easiest answer: the human resource department. And why? Because this department feeds into every single part of the organization and touches on every single employee within the organization. It has the greatest impact and the greatest benefit to the employees. And what you can do is have a quick win where the employees can quickly see the benefits of implementing the business process reengineering exercise, and also implementing the productivity tools that will go along with the reengineering exercise. In most organizations, when we start with the human resource department, what we begin to realize is that these organizations have the same consistent challenges that they are facing. Bottlenecks with leave management, bottlenecks with handling employee requisitions, and the process reengineering exercise treats with each one of these challenges. They have challenges with getting the data that they need in a collaborative way. All of this is handled by building a tool that functions as a data repository to gather all of the data together, so that anyone in the organization who has the right permissions and the right authority can easily access this data. So in a nutshell, the business process reengineering exercise takes the organization from baseline to strategic vision.